So you got Julia and then you got Stephanie Vaquer. Now, we're gonna talk about Julia and Stephanie in a second, but let's talk about Roxanne since she's been around the longest in WWE. Has Roxanne showed you enough? We already know she's at this point a big fish in a small pond at NXT. Has Roxanne proven to you that she's main roster worthy? She's ready to take that next step in the women's division on the big stage?
From what she did at NXT, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. No. I had said, I said whenever she loses her title, the second, this previous time that she had it,
Mm-hmm.
I said she should be on the main roster. We'll see her after WrestleMania. They called her up before then. She was in a couple of the big matches. She was in the Royal Rumble. She was in the Elimination Chamber. So she had some moments. She did good. But they didn't do much with her since. Now that Mania is over, which we pretty much figured it would be. You didn't got done with all the stuff you needed to build up for Mania. Talk about that another day, or we already talked about that. So now we know, okay, once Mania is done, we get new rivalries. We get to see some fresh faces or, some, like I said, reoccurring faces. And so right now she's back. The Julia aspect, and I think I was telling my daughter this earlier, I don't think you have to remember, they technically weren't brought in to be in NXT a long time anyway.
Right.
And that's kind of, because, I question, I question a lot of things. I question one, why the hell did you just put the titles on both of them so goddamn fast? They barely just got in. And then Julia got hurt, so she needed to vacate the championship, but she was back. She was back well within the 30 days that she could have sat and kept the championship.
Yeah.
But I digress, whatever. And then, Stephanie did her thing, and, she defended both belts, and then she gave up the North American. Cool, now she's the NXT Women's Champion. Julia comes back. She's now a heel. She went and been fan favorite, now all of a sudden an instant heel.
Right.
Roxanne's still trying to do her one, too. And I feel like Stephanie's about to lose it soon, so she can get brought up. But they just needed they needed to get some time in NXT so people will recognize who they are. Which we always said was a big thing and a big issue when it comes to people moving from NXT to the main roster. It's people knowing who they are. That's why we love what WWE is doing with NXT now, because you're seeing them on a primetime network. You're seeing more exposure. So you're getting to see who these people are instead of them showing up and people quiet as hell